everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Echoes of Eternity. We are here once again broadcasting. I think Sam is in a capsule headed to Mars right now. Looks like Bikeman is broadcasting from, I think, is that a giant, one of those giant Dyson fans behind you?
Yes.
Yep.
I was trying to power my Run for Eternity.
Well, you're very close.
Mm.
Pocket is broadcasting somewhere, I think, from the Batverse, somewhere causing trouble.
Batverse,
And Anna is, I think, in a suburb of, I'm gonna say, somewhere in Ohio, somewhere in like outside of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh my gosh.
Somewhere. And once again, I am in a padded room. All right. We are back for Star Wars. Took last week off, but we are ready to get crazy with it. And let's do just that. So let me pull up the old notes. I've got plenty of them. I so many notes. What do I do with these? Ooh, I hope I saved that one. Don't accidentally click off a thing. Okay, we're good. All right. So, if you would be so kind as before we get started with this, if you could do me a solid, don't do it yet, because I just remembered I had not cleared it, and that would be awkward.
Was we use Roll20 to play this game. I better open it. So don't worry.
Good. That works. Oh yeah. I'll take an oh yeah. I'll give you a hot sec to get in there and get that.
All right, should we roll now?
Yes, please. Give me those
Let's
rolls.
rock and roll.
I got antsy. I rolled.
Ooh. That's a lot of
right.
light side.
That's right.
I'll take some dark side points.
Wow,
I'll take
Oda.
some.
Wow, Oda. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow, Oda. Wow, Oda.
Wow. I carried the team for like 4 weeks. You gotta cut me some slack.
Wow, Oda. Wow, Oda. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. The new hit song. Wow,
Yeah.
Oda, wow.
Wow, Oda. Wow. All right, let me move you here. So looks like we are good. I'm gonna move this over here.
My internet's been being wonky for the past 2 hours, so I think it's like being goofy right now.
Look, if it's goofy, it's perfect for this.
Okay.
Star
So
Wars
you
is
know if any
goofy,
weird
like-
stuff goes on.
Canonically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, in the middle of a battle, they had a conversation about aggressive negotiations. Just, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's fine. Okay, let's get this done. The dim, white, snow-covered world of CARLAC lies still, except for the arrival of 4 new strangers. And the chilled winds awaits the reason for ULAGO suggesting the world as a reason to hide from the Galactic Empire, now hunting them for possession of a powerful and very illegal bomb built inside PR3. Meanwhile, DAEYO weighs her options when it comes to rescuing her sister, and Oda discovers this planet may offer more than just a place to hide. I don't know if we landed last time, but you definitely have landed this time. And as you arrive down on the surface, you see out the viewport that this planet is covered in snow, but it's not like Hoth where it's like just only snow. You can see that there are forests and mountains and villages, and it's just a snow-covered world, but it is very much alive, and there are people here living on this world. In front of you is a large forest, and deep within you can see the large mass of a mountain stretching up into the sky. And even though you cannot see the top, you can see that is clearly marked with what appears to be a path leading up the mountain. The trees are kind of like oversized bonsai in a way. They're huge. And you notice that in the snow there are footprints and tracks. So people are here, and you can see fluttering between the trees and the snow itself, small avian creatures, something akin to birds. It appears to be relatively safe.
Relatively.
Yes. The only thing you know is that ULAGO brought you here and didn't explain why. You said you want to go someplace else, and he was like, nope. And he brought you all here.
He's been being very mysterious about it.
He has.
So at this point, I think the rest of us are just kind of like, we've asked enough questions. We know he's not going to answer. So we're probably just kind of like, Dad's parking the minivan and we're going to figure out where we parked, where we're going.
Speaking of which, Dad parks the minivan.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, you are minivan parked.
Okay. ULAGO gets out the cockpit and lowers the ship hangar doors and goes to leave.
Okay. ULAGO steps out into the snow, and although it is chilly, it is not freezing cold. It's like you're all in relatively full armor. It's like 30 some degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 0 Celsius. It's not like -85. It's not like that. You feel the breeze inside, you feel the chill, but the other three of you are just standing inside. What do you do?
Do we have... I guess we probably don't have any, like, warm coats aboard.
No. You have no warm coats aboard.
All right.
You have robes. You have layers.
Yeah, I pull my layers tight, and I just kind of, like, look at DAEYO and look at ULAGO, and I just kind of shrug, and then I just follow him.
Well, I don't want to go out there. There's probably creatures.
Creatures?
Yes, creatures.
You don't like creatures?
No, they might creech me.
Aren't we creatures?
Yes, but not with large teeth.
Fair point.
Do you remember the last planet we went to that was wilderness?
And the one with the spiders.
Not large teeth either.
Well, they had enough large whatever.
I think you have to come with us. You're not well.
My robotic sigh displays my exasperation.
It's very emotional.
I pull my
I'll
hood
go.
and I walk out, by the way.
I want a t-shirt that says, I don't want to go, there's probably creatures.
One of those, yeah.
I just follow Oda out when she goes.
Sure. As you do, staying behind in the ship, Gizmo shuts the doors behind you and gives you a as you leave.
So he's staying with the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Someone's gotta. The group of you see before you a very large, but not overwhelmingly sized forest. Again, the trees kind of resemble giant bonsai, but their leaves are pinkish in nature. They somehow still blooming in the middle of this snow, as if they have adapted to it. And
Cool.
You can see that through this forest, there are small paths leading towards the mountain.
ULAGO has taken one of the paths, but his footprints are easily visible.
He's not even waiting for us. He's just like charging on.
Yeah, he's just going ahead.
Oda's like, I'm ULAGO. I know where we're going, but I won't tell anyone.
I'm just quietly following.
PR3,
I'm
are
making
you in on
sure,
this?
actually. I think I'm making sure to step in ULAGO's footprints to not leave like any more.
How very Hunter-esque of you. Yeah. You managed to step in all the tracks that ULAGO does. Oda, do you in PR3 do you to follow this maneuver?
Yeah, I guess once Dio starts doing it, Oda would try. I imagine that her strides are much shorter than ULAGO's, though, so it's a little bit of a like hopping type of maneuver.
Absolutely. Sure. You are able to do this. PR3, what is your strategy here?
They just shuffles through it and it ruins all the footprints anyway.
I really think that we just lost him and he wasn't just very depressed about walking through the snow. I thought he was just like,
how deep is the snow?
it's like not deep at all. It's maybe to your ankle, maybe.
Cool.
And so the group continues forward until Bikeman shows up again. And as you move through the forest, you notice that around you it's you can feel the presence of peace. There's that ding I hear. You can feel the presence of peace around you, Oda. It doesn't feel like this world has been touched recently by the Empire.
I take deep breaths. I'm like on a restoration self-care hike right now.
How far
A lot-
behind ULAGO is Oda?
If you've continued just normally, maybe 15 feet.
Okay. Oda, you see ULAGO stop at a tree, and he kicks the tree, and a shovel falls down. And he picks up the shovel, and he just starts digging on the
At
spot.
the tree?
Next to the tree, yeah.
Oda leans over to Dio and she's like, I don't understand anything about this place. Is it just me?
Eventually, you hear like the thud of wood, and you realize that he was digging a door. And he starts shuffling the snow out of the way, pulls the door back, and descends inside.
I would like to see if anyone is spotting us at all. Like if anyone's around.
Yeah, give me a perception check, if you would be so kind.
Do you see it?
I can. Yeah, so you succeed in that you notice that there's no one watching you, but on the wind, you can hear what appears to be laughter. But not
sound-
threatening laughter.
I
They
was
kind
gonna
of
say,
laughter of
someone
like
at us, or they're
like,
laughing like a joke.
like children.
I'm
Terrifying.
alive
The laughter
again.
of children.
That's terrifying.
He's
He
back.
returns.
Ah!
His joints froze for a minute in
Yeah,
the snow.
we missed that sweet snark. You
Oh,
would
is
have
that
been
what it was?
super snarky. You would have had a lot of snark about a man getting a shovel from a tree and then digging a hole to reveal a door. I would have been full of snark. You missed
Aw.
your moment. I know.
Well, Calmcast missed my moment.
Comcast missing moments since 19 whatever.
Since Comcast Inception, whatever year
Yeah.
that was.
So, what happened, Bikeman, is that Strippin led you guys, ULAGO led you through the forest to a tree, which he smacked or kicked, and then a shovel appeared. He punched the tree, a shovel appeared,
Mm-hmm.
and then he dug a hole to reveal a door.
Okay. Interesting.
And he went in.
A tree door?
A door under the tree.
Uh-huh.
And Dio wanted to see if they were being watched, and her perception check discovered that while they weren't being watched, On the wind are the faint laughter of children.
That's creepy.
I was gonna say it's almost more terrifying.
Ah,
How scary movies start.
but
But
there
it's
wasn't
not like
there wasn't a little squirrel that was singing under the tree, under the.
No.
Sorry,
no
I had to.
no Jamaican squirrels here. I'm so sorry.
I go inside the door as well.
I follow, but I also see if PR3 can manage the stairs or if he needs help.
Why don't I wait out here, just in case?
You might freeze again.
I'll be just fine. I've got a flamethrower.
Don't use that right now for a while. If you don't mind.
I gotta try to laugh before I turn off the sound effect.
Just no flamethrowers for now.
I'll only use it in dire circumstance.
All right, but point it well away from your body.
Very well.
All right. I go down.
Oh, Blue Mom. Oh, Blue Mom. Taking care of that little sweet droid. The droid with a bomb.
She is the nicest.
As you descend these stairs down under the tree, you enter what appears to be a house. Ulago, will you describe this to them? What does it look like?
It's pretty cozy. It's got everything you need. It's a bit.
Does it have a coffee maker?
It does.
Huh.
It's a bit dusty. It hasn't been lived in for a while, but it works. The lights kind of flicker on.
Yeah, everything is a little cold to the touch, as if
Yeah.
no one has truly lived here in some time. At least from what you can tell, maybe
as-
10 years.
Yeah. And then as you guys come down, you'll see Olago's kneeling down and he's making a fire in like an open face stove to warm the place up.
Did we just break and enter? Whose house is this? You can't just make a fire in anyone's house.
It's my house.
You have a house.
Guys gotta have a house.
I start looking through the cabinets.
Yeah, you can see that in all the cabinets, there are several sets of plates and cups and eating utensils. I don't think they'd be called silverware in Star Wars. Whatever they're called. And you can see that there are enough table settings for at least 2 people, and that it looks like at some point in time more than just Ulago must have lived here.
I look around because Ulago's mentioned his wife before. So I'm just kind of looking around for clues as to like their life together here. Like, are there photos or anything like that? You know, that kind of thing.
Do they see any photos, Sam? It's completely empty and barren of all loving touches.
Memorabilia.
Yeah.
It may be a house, but it doesn't look like it was ever much of a home,
Although I think DAEYO would feel completely comfortable and be like, I don't think anything's out of place.
Had a house, so I don't know. Maybe this is what houses are like.
Think of it as like a home away from home.
Right on.
Why?
Well, I was on the run. Ended up here.
It's a
He
house,
stokes the
but not
fire.
your home. You have a home somewhere else?
Probably not.
You're very cryptic.
What do you want?
I don't know. Conversation at least. Information at most.
She wants to know about your relationship.
I'm not
Camaraderie
good
at
at this
best.
stuff. Look, when everything kind of went tits up, we fled here. It's quiet, peaceful, it's calm. There you go. It's home. You
She-
guys didn't know where to go. I brought you here.
Seems very satisfied with that. Starts to look around like she could probably live here for a while. Blows the dust off the calf maker. Starts making some.
Yeah, it takes a minute for it to charge, but all the lights and blips and blops of the calf maker slowly begin to whirl to life as it waits for you to pour water in to begin the encaffeinating.
Is PR3 still outside?
Yeah, PR3, you're still outside. What do you do while you're out there? You're just by yourself in the forest.
The stairs were scary.
Right. Oh no, I believe
More
that
scary
for a
than the
droid.
creatures.
Well, I mean, you got a good point there.
Droids have to be able to go downstairs, right?
Maybe I'll try to come down the stairs then. Because there is nothing to do. I'm just trying to make sure my internet doesn't screw up, so I stayed outside, honestly.
Sure. You are gonna attempt to get down these stairs. I'm gonna need an athletics check from you.
All right.
Please and thank you.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You begin to descend these stairs, and when you hit the first step, it is icy as hell, and you slip backwards and fall right on your back. Your face looking up at the entrance to the doorway.
Definitely
you
want
notice-
the bomb falling all over the place.
Would I hear this? I would hear this.
Yes. You
I thought-
absolutely hear like a quadronk, like a metal smack.
I would walk over to where Pia
Yeah.
is and be like, "Really? You can't even walk downstairs."
It was slippery.
Yeah, and we all made it just fine.
I'm an android. I have metal feet.
Yeah,
PR3,
and you're
give me a-
also heavy.
Wait, what'd you say?
I
Oh, I
said
was
you're
gonna say,
also heavy.
Exactly.
give me a perception check, PR3.
Hmm.
Yeah. You noticed the thing no one else noticed when everyone entered to the shocking reveal of a house under a tree. While looking up, your sensors detect that it's weathered now, but there's markings on the door. Markings that are consistent with the scorch of energy weapons.
It looks like the inside of this house has seen some battle.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Look there.
I look up.
Yeah, you can see, even though you don't see it as well as PR3's robo eyes, you can see that there is definitely something that through 10 years of wear and ice and contracting weather, there are marks above the entryway that are consistent with what you know to be like either a vibroblade slash or some type of energy weapon of a sword-like nature.
Oh, an energy weapon of a sword-like nature, huh?
Hmm.
When he points that out, Oda might take a little gander and wonder if it looks like a lightsaber mark.
Are you just all gonna like, bye, Ulago? We're gonna go look at this door.
No, I went over here.
Alago's getting
Yeah.
warm. He doesn't care.
I'm over here to help PR3. I didn't come over here just to stare at that.
Yeah, do you want to go over there, Oda?
Yeah. I mean, well, only after, like, Oda focuses on the calf maker, and then as soon as she, like, you know the specific mode where you've been wanting coffee for a really long time, and then you have it, and you're holding it in both hands, like, right under your chin, so that, like, you're fully engulfed in the smell. So you're, like, in comfy mode. And she's just in observing calf mode. So she kind of shuffles over there and looks at it and, like, takes a sip.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
Well-
PR3 here. It helps now that she realizes PR3 is on the floor.
Will you both roll to help PR3 up, who is still laying on the floor?
Oh, what do I roll?
This is just going to be a. I'll let you determine how you think you want to get him up off the ground. I don't want to tell you how to do it.
I want to get him off the ground with negotiation.
You're gonna like. I think you can do it, pal. I believe in
Mhm.
you.
No, really try.
Athletics.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
give me an
probably
athletics
athletics.
roll.
Well, Dio helped. You spill your coffee all over me.
No, I do. No. And then I immediately like just I have to go and go back to the cafe. More.
Yeah. The stain of the coffee hits the wooden stairs and some of the ice melts, but thankfully Dio manages to lift you out of the way, PR3,
Woo!
and get you back on your feet and carry you down into the small hovel.
I
Oda,
would
you find
close the
yourself-
doors behind us too after.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
really
you
should
close
have
the
used negotiation.
You close the door and shut it tight, and the chilly air from the outside fades away. And soon, only the heat from the fire can be felt, and it slowly becomes more comfortable inside.
So, do we just live here forever now, or
No. Can we just sit for 10 minutes?
I suppose?
Can we just gather ourselves while the entire universe is trying to kill us?
That's
Just
kind of why I was trying to make a plan, but yes, I suppose.
Because it's not the perfect place to think of a plan.
I don't know. Based on those marks back on that door, I would say maybe, maybe not.
Largo looks at the door. He'd forgotten. It was a long time ago.
Well, they found you here once.
They did?
You never know. It could have been, practice or playtime. Plenty of
Because
reasons
I
to use
also
a
practice
lightsaber.
by hitting my house.
Well, ULAGO shoots caves, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch.
Okay, you do got a point there. So you
what
want
are
to
the lightsaber marks
happen, or
from?
you want us to assume that you either got attacked or you were practicing on your door?
I don't need you to assume anything. It's a story for another day.
We have time, remember?
Whoa, we should
It's
use
at
this time
least.
productively and come up with a plan or something.
I thought we weren't supposed to come up with a plan.
Or we can just have story time. I mean, the plan was in your hands. You brought us here. We're following you. We're in this house and you got attacked here. Now we want to know what that is.
He looks frustrated.
That bad, huh?
And he nods at Oda and then throws her a blanket. And he like grabs something warm and he picks up a cloth. And then he says, "You come with me." And then he starts walking up the steps.
I'm supposed to go with you?
Just Oda.
She gets the corners of the blanket and also holds the calf still, like blanket and calf, and shuffles.
As they walk away, I just go, fine. I didn't want a blanket anyway.
There's still blankets in there.
One. Go up, I
Yeah.
grab 2 blankets and I put one on PR3.
I feel included.
What
Largo
are you doing?
starts.
So you don't freeze.
Largo just starts walking further up the mountain.
Like outside again?
Yep.
Oda regrets not letting him just sit in the house, but follows along obligingly.
Couldn't give him
The-
10 minutes.
The two of you begin to wander off into the wilderness, and the camera sort of focuses back on DAEYO and PR3, who are sitting there, sort of facing each other. One, a droid with a blanket over him and a bomb, and the other, a very confused DAEYO. What do the two of you do?
I sit.
So,
I lay my head back, and even as PR3 starts to talk, I close my eyes.
ULAGO lives in a tree. It's no wonder caves are his natural enemy.
Seems about right. And stairs are yours.
You carry me down the stairs well. You should be my stair servant.
No, I don't think that's how
But
this is
you
gonna.
carried me in your arms so tenderly.
No. I'm gonna take a nap now.
Very well.
Go practice your speech. You need to work on some words.
I will delineate. Delineate.
We're trying to nap while they're gone.
Sure.
Potted
Dreams
genitalist.
about-
Sorry.
About vocabulary lessons with robots.
It's just to
That's
keep
a
him while I
nightmare.
nap.
Yeah, you try to go to sleep. Actually, I'm gonna roll for you. We'll see what fate has in store. If it is a 10 or 11 or above, you sleep soundly. Yeah, you try to go to sleep, and you simply cannot because your thoughts are filled with that of your sister and how you can get to her and how you are stuck on this planet and you are just letting her be held captive. Who knows what's happening right now? This is ridiculous. Your thoughts are of your sister and it's driving you crazy. You
Can
cannot
I
sleep.
recover some strength?
Yes, you
crazy.
can. This whole thing is
I need to do
you
that
all
too.
have like hid off and hidden away, so you recover everything. You're just like
Okay.
reset.
All of us?
It's almost max.
Yeah, you're reset.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yeah,
Or
but you cannot
also
sleep.
every now and then PR3 will say a word and it'll just like be totally botched. I'll be like, no, not how you.
Vocabulary. I
No.
like to practice my vocabulary.
No. Where did you learn that? Whoever taught you that was way off base.
I was taught by my creator.
Now you're just messing with me.
Creator.
It's still wrong.
Creator.
I love the idea that he might just be like annoying her on purpose in like droid humor.
Hold on. What did I do? Oh, Jesse Lewis. So as you begin to move through this wilderness, the two of you find yourselves alone, ULAGO and Oda, as you begin to head towards the foot of this mountain. And you can see a kind of marked, almost like Himalayan-esque path with various colored flags and rope leading up the side of this mountain.
ULAGO keeps going. He starts
Oda has
climbing
learned not
the
to
little
ask
goat
any
path.
more questions, so she's just following. She's just like enjoying the quiet and the hike, trying to observe what's around her, just in case ULAGO decides to run off and she has to find her way home by herself.
Okay. As you follow, you notice that there are paths. There are footprints leading up the path. And it's clear that other people have been up this way before. And it's clear it's been recent. This is someplace that people have traveled. It looks like you can see that coming from an area to the west of where you came from are other footprints that have moved to this mountain. But Ulago continues up it, ignoring the footprints entirely and moving up the mountain. Do you
Can
continue
I
to follow him?
do an education check to see if I know anything about like this type of region or any of the flags or like what paths like this might usually be used for or anything like that?
Absolutely, you can.
Nice.
What kind of check are you gonna do?
Oh, I just did education.
Great. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah, you nailed it. So you know that the planet you're on, CARLAC, is a outer rim world. It's cold, it's icy, but it's inhabited, and the people who live there are the Ming Po. And they're kind of like near humans, very, very they're kind of like I don't know, they have the forehead ridges of Klingons, kind of. But they're pretty much just humans. And you know that this place is pretty out of the way. It is definitely not some place a lot of people visit for any reason. And it has no real great historical or cultural or resource importance. But it has been many places. It had what's the right word? It has been one of those places that has been marked and mapped by the Republic. One of the many places in the Outer Rim that you, as a student in the Jedi schools, would know about. It is part of the period of time during the High Republic when they were mapping and expanding the Outer Rim territories, and this was one of those planets. So you know it, and you know everything there is to know about it, really, which is nothing. It's just like learning a capital in high school, right? It's like learning the capital of the state.
Yeah.
Like, you know the capital, but like you don't know nothing about the capital.
And so there's like no particular significance of this like park trail that we're taking.
No, the trail you're taking right now is clearly made by the Ming Po. You recognize it to be their style and design, and it is very ornamented, and it looks as though the path you're taking is one that is less of a beware, this is a crazy trip, and more of a hey, we are honoring something.
So that adds even more to Oda's ability to just kind of reverently watch and stay silent and follow Ulago because he's not volunteering any information. So she recognizes when she's in an environment of sacred feeling.
Yeah, the two of you continue up. And as you make your way up this mountain, you can see that there are other paths that lead higher up, and there are other ropes and flags and different ornaments leading those different directions. But the direction you head is one where sort of the flags kind of taper off, and after a while, there are no more. And Lago continues to lead you deeper into the sort of backside of this mountain, one that is not facing towards where the village most likely is, in your estimation. And there, eventually, you come to a rocky overlook, and over the edge of this cliff that you're on, you can see right at the edge a pile of stones ornately placed.
I wait for Ulago to do or show anything.
Ulago, he kneels down, he presses his forehead to the stones. He stands up and turns to Oda and kind of like gestures for her to sit.
He does.
He places the bundle of cloth in her lap and just says, "Tell her I said hi." And then he leaves.
Could you at least... No, okay.
Ulago leaves you completely alone, Oda.
She looks at her empty calf cup, sets it down.
Yeah,
looks
it's no
around.
longer warm. There's no steam coming out of it. Totally empty. You hear nothing but the sound of wind in the mountaintop. And it
She
is
briefly
considered
wonders if Ulago is just pranking her because she was being too annoying, asking too many questions.
you are considerably colder than you were in the house.
This bundle of cloth, I guess I open it.
There is a broken lightsaber.
That gets my attention. What can I tell from the lightsaber, if anything, Jesse?
You can tell that this lightsaber was one of a Jedi Master, and possibly one based on the amount of use of a Jedi Knight. But because it is one of, several tens of thousands of lightsabers, it's hard to tell exactly, whose this could possibly have been.
When you say broken, does it look like something that could be fixed, or is it like shattered beyond repair?
DM?
It is one that is broken in that it is in pieces, but who knows if it's shattered beyond repair.
Can I, like, the crystal is intact?
You can see that the kyber crystal is intact, yes. But the mechanisms and the things that make the lightsaber work are not functioning.
Imagine, from what I know, that Ulago's told us that this is his wife's lightsaber. So I begin to piece together this place has significance around his wife. And if he said to tell her hi, she assumes that he thinks that she can talk to her. So she'll kind of just go, hi?
All you hear is the cold sound of the wind.
Odo will reach out with the force. Can I use my force senses to reach out?
Yeah, give me your force roll. Let's see what you're rolling with. See if you're doing light or dark side.
No!
Yeah, you find yourself alone. Only the dark side answers you. But it's like, yo, if you want to give it a little look, sure.
I immediately shut off I hang up on the force. No!
Sure. Yes. You cut off the force and the dark side goes silent. And again, the only thing you hear is the wind howling behind you.
Ulago went. Glance back down at the lightsaber. I put the lightsaber down and try touching my forehead to the rocks like he did.
Sure. You put your head down on the rocks, and it's chilly and icy, and you feel absolutely nothing.
He seemed to think this had significance. So Odo's kind of gonna like hunker down and spend like 10 minutes at least just sitting here.
Sure. You fold your legs and sit covered in the snow as the wind blows. Meanwhile, DAEYO, PR3, you're still in the hut.
I'm gonna snoop around.
Okay, what are you looking for? What are you trying to snoop?
I'm just looking. Just not
Okay,
even,
well,
not
like,
even
where are you-
hiding
where
it.
are you looking?
I'm just a butler droid, so I'm just opening drawers and shit.
Yeah, you start opening drawers and looking through everything, and you notice that like what was noticed before, there's enough table settings and all sorts of different things for at least more than one person, right? It would be far too much if it was just ULAGO having lived there by himself. You also notice that there are cabinets within cabinets, if that makes any sense. Like you notice one
within
of the
cabinets.
you notice that one of the cabinets there's like a false back to it. And when you open that, you can see it would have been a place where someone would store something. You could definitely check and see. You could roll for me and see what you think would fit in there.
Okay. Perception?
Yeah. So you recognize that this is a weapons locker. And at one point in time, weapons of some sort of make, long rifles from the look of it, would have fit in here, hidden away behind the broom and other things that would be used to clean the home.
Well, that's not surprising considering ULAGO. So yeah.
But that's not the only one you find. You find another hidden in a small drawer. This one, too tiny to be a blade or a gun, but clearly something was hidden here that would have been, I don't know, less than 2 feet long.
Must be where he hid his emotions.
Meanwhile,
Yeah,
they all
look a
came
little-
out like
they look a little
Pandora's box.
dry.
Oh, yeah, they've all escaped.
They're all wilted.
While you're there, looking through stuff, DAEYO, PR3, you hear a knock at the door.
I immediately like pop open my eyes, like pretending like I was napping, but I wasn't.
Do you think it's creatures?
We've talked, they know we're here. I take out my vibro sword and I walk towards the door. And then I change my mind and I turn around and I go, PR3, how about you answer? You got the flamethrower.
That would require I walk up the stairs.
I'll help you out.
Wait, is the door up the stairs or the stairs?
Yes,
then
the
door?
door's
Okay.
up the stairs.
How about I stand at the bottom of the stairs and you open the door? If there's creatures, just try not to catch on fire.
That's not how. You know what? Like everything I'm wearing you know what? Just be at the bottom, okay?
Very well.
I go to the door.
Do you open it?
Oh, is there any way I can like put my ear against it to sort of hear who's outside?
Yeah. Go for it. Give me a perception check. Yeah, you can hear outside. It sounds like the rustling of feet, maybe 6, 8
Uh-oh.
feet.
What do you want?
Moving.
I say that.
Do you say what do you want?
I say, what do you
hear
want?
you hear whispers outside.
I hear them.
You can like barely make out whispers.
If you don't answer, I'm gonna start shooting. What do you want?
You hear more whispers, but louder.
Can I hear what they're saying actually, or just whispers?
No, it's you're listening through the door, so it's like
Sound like, what do they sound like? What race?
high pitched.
Not like regular humans.
There's like a high pitched voices.
Yeah, no, I walk back down and I say, PR3, if anyone comes through that door, you flamethrow them.
Complying.
You hear the door creak open slightly.
Unless it's ULAGO.
I can't make any promises.
I just stand behind him with my blade out.
You pull your blade out.
No, it was out.
Okay, yeah. Do you turn to the door, or are you
Yeah,
are you
I'm
ready to
holding
fight?
the door.
I've got my flamethrower up and ready.
Yeah, the door creeps open ever slightly,
I'm watching.
and you can hear from the other side. Hello.
Cease your ingress, or I will purge you from the dermis of this reality with flame.
You can hear on the other side of the door childlike laughter.
Cease your ingress.
You laughing's making me laugh. Oh my god.
Vocabulary humor.
Dio, I'm going to light them up.
Hold on a moment. What are you here for? And you just walk into someone's home?
Cheezel?
Yeah, are these people like Cheezel?
I don't know. You don't see anything yet.
I am incredibly disconcerted for some reason.
I don't do anything just yet.
Yeah, the door's still just barely cracked open, and you hear, "Who are you?"
Can I bull rush the door?
Sure.
I'm gonna bull rush. You know, like in the
Do ULAGO not have a lock on his door?
beginning how I bull rushed people? I'm just gonna bull rush the door and try and knock them over.
Yeah, you run towards the door. Give me a roll for this attack. What are you gonna roll?
Brawl?
Yeah, I can let that happen. Give me a brawl roll.
Okay.
Yeah, you slam into the door and it swings open, and falling back onto themselves and rolling over, you see 4 small children, and they all spring up and begin to cackle and laugh and like scramble and try to run away. And you see the 4 of them all bundled up in little hoodies run into the forest, giggling at each other.
What do they look like?
They look like small, near human children.
I try to catch one.
Yeah, all right.
Are you running
You
out the
begin-
door?
I'm running out the door. I'm gonna try and catch one.
PR3, what are you gonna do? You
Come back
see
here, you little
Dio
shit.
run out.
Well, good luck to her chasing little horrible creatures that giggle in the night. Forget it.
Yeah, all right. PR3, you stay there. Dio, you run as fast as you can to catch these kids. Give me an athletics check, please. They're very fast.
Oh,
No, you managed to keep a pace, but you cannot catch them. As you run after them, the fact that there are 4 of them, it divides your attention, and they like weave in and out of the woods. And as you run after them, you eventually find yourself staring. And I think we have to change our player's image. You find yourself staring at this. Hopefully it'll work just fine. You find yourself staring at this.
It worked just fine.
Village in the snow. And in it, you can see hundreds of people moving back and forth between small buildings and children laughing. And the group of children you've been following sort of move into the crowd and disappear. And you find yourself standing at the entrance of the village and looking very out of place.
do they just look like farmers and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, they're
Warriors
essentially
or something?
like space Himalayans, essentially is what they are.
I want to go in so bad. I
Go
would
for
go
it.
back to the cabin or whatever and get Pier 3 first.
Okay. Yeah, as you start to head back, we go back to PR3, who is in Ulago's home by himself. Are you doing anything, PR3, or are you just chilling?
I'm real nervous looking at the door with my flamethrower pointed at it.
Yeah,
They were
a
creepy
shadow,
children, okay?
a shadow appears in the doorway, and it is revealed to be Ulago, who has returned.
Ulago, did you know that your entire forest is haunted by tiny ghost children?
The villagers?
I don't know what they are, but clearly they want our flesh. Well,
Where's
your
DAEYO?
flesh.
What'd you say?
Did they take DAEYO?
DAEYO ran after them.
Oh, okay. I was heading that way anyway. She can help carry the food back. And he turns to leave. You should come. Broaden your horizons, PR3.
Very well.
Dio, you march back through the forest following the path you took, chasing after the children. You can see your steps in the snow. And eventually you happen upon Ulago and PR3, who are heading your direction.
The wind,
The wind
is so loud. I
Yeah,
can't-
the
can't
wind.
hear you.
Yeah, you can't hear.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
The wind is also a muted microphone.
Oh, I was muted. Oh, never mind. I just start walking toward it.
I thought that those demon children stole your voice like Ursula the Sea Witch.
Oh, the children are creepy here. Double over.
All children are creepy.
You know what? I won't disagree on that. I agree with you. But there's a village. You know about the village, probably.
Yeah, we should go there now to get some food.
All right. Well, where's Oda?
She's meeting someone.
Should we get her some food?
Yeah.
All right. I don't even question. I just walk with him.
Yeah, the group of you move back towards the village. Meanwhile, up in the mountains, Oda, day is slowly moving on. You are in the cold. There is no covering except for the cloth that you have on your body and the blanket that you were given. Nothing is happening.
Oda will at this point assume that Ulago was meaning metaphorically and, silently pay her respects and get up to go.
Yeah, as you turn to leave, you see standing behind you a familiar figure, a small, old, white goat man standing there staring at you, and he says, "Where are you going?"
She goes to hug him, but then he's a force ghost. She's not sure if you're supposed to do that, so she's like, "Hey."
Ah, excellent to see you.
You two, where have you been?
You know, same old, same old. And he points around to the universe.
Oh yeah, one with the force, of course. Well, I was just paying my respects, I think, to Hao. But I'm cold, so would you like to come back to Ulago's house with me?
Oh, you're cold?
Yes, it's cold out here.
You don't intend to pay your respects then?
I did pay my respects, I think.
What's so respectful about leaving?
Well, I suppose I could sit more. Is there something I'm supposed to
Certainly.
do?
Do? You're already doing it, my dear.
She kind of sits down like one of the parents caught her leaving. Just like looking at them and then like trying to look very respect paying.
Yeah, he even sits down next to you, old man ghost style, where even though he is one with the force, still has to do like the my old bones, and like plops down next to you, and he puts a hand on your shoulder. You feel nothing except sort of the vibe and hum of the force, but there's no warmth there. Just you can feel nature itself, but there's no like actual contact. What if
you know
we
any-
wait together?
That would be nice.
Yes. See? Patience.
Do you know anything about what's been happening? About, PR3 is a highly explosive weapon and everyone knows I'm a Jedi and now we're on the run from the entire universe.
Oh, of course. Yes, your friend. He has an explosive personality.
Good luck.
Damn it.
I knew you'd like that. Old Jedi jokes.
Jedi humor.
It's good and wholesome.
So,
you- Everyone found out you're a Jedi. About time. I was waiting for you to find out for so long.
for me to find out.
Yes, you're shocked.
I knew I was a Jedi. Well, not really, but that people would think I was, and that's why I shouldn't show people my lightsaber.
Well, looks like it's too late for that.
Yeah, I guess there's no reason to hide it now. And she kind of just like opens it for fun.
Yeah, and you can feel the heat emanating off the blade. And he's like, boy, seems like it's a little warmer up here now, eh?
Yes.
Could
Kinda holds
almost start a fire with that, right? And he like looks at you like, do I have to teach you everything?
Is that a respectful thing to do here at this place?
Well, fire is life. There's nothing more respectful than that.
She looks around for like some kindling.
Yeah, you
Kind of
can
makes a
see
little
that
pile.
there's just sticks and stuff everywhere. It's clear this area hasn't really been taken care of by anyone.
She makes a, careful little barrier and then lights some kindling with her lightsaber, blows on it, adds some more sticks.
Yeah. Within no time, a small fire is created, and it begins to light up the area you are in. Your little corner of this mountain.
That does feel better.
See? Don't want to leave now, do you?
Now that you're here.
You're a flatterer. I know you were you were trouble at the academy.
Well, not really. It's just that I don't really have anyone else to talk to. ULAGO doesn't say much, and DAEYO's mostly focused on protecting me, which is nice, but she also doesn't say much. And PR3 says a lot, but he sometimes doesn't say anything. You know what I mean?
Seems to me like all your companions are hiding something.
Probably. But then
They
again,
just
so am
cover
I.
it in different ways. What are you hiding?
That I'm basically a fraud and a coward and the only one left when I shouldn't be.
Well, you just admitted it to me, so it doesn't seem very cowardly. Or fraudly. And you'll never be the last one.
Do you know of others?
Of course, there are always others.
Where?
Well, they're there.
Tell me where they are.
When you're ready, you will find them.
Or I could just stay here forever. And build fires with my lightsaber.
There was another who thought the same, unfortunately. But you, like her, have a destiny. You cannot run from it.
Well, it would be nice if I knew what that destiny was. Just have basically been adrift.
And why is that?
Just running all the time. Running from those who would kill the Jedi, running from the Empire, running from those who would kill my companions. Just running.
So what you're telling me is by running, you feel lost and adrift. And so you continued to run and
Well, what am I
get
supposed to
more
do?
lost.
Stand up to the entire Empire?
Why not? Others are.
Suppose.
Oh, you're worried about winning.
Yes.
That's not how the Force works. There is no winning or losing. There is the Force.
And the Force would have me throw myself at an unbeatable foe and die for the cause, as opposed to run and live and hope for a better opportunity?
No foe is unbeatable. Every little thing helps. What you do may inspire others to do greater.
So I should let the world know that I'm a Jedi and fight anyone who has a problem with it?
Sounds like a great plan to me.
All right.
Would
Well-
it make you feel better?
Might make me feel dead.
Well, death is a perspective. I've been
Oh.
dead for some time.
Jedi humor.
Jedi humor.
I'm definitely not powerful enough to live as you have.
But you're smarter, 'cause you're still living. Use both. Combine what you know.
What would you do?
The right thing.
Well, what is the right thing now? I guess it's to try and inspire hope by not compromising and to protect whatever I have that's anything like a family.
As you say that, the camera pans back to reveal you're once again alone. And all
Oh.
that you have to answer you is an echo of the wind.
Okay, bye. See you again soon, I hope.
We return to DAEYO, ULAGO, and PR3 entering this village. What is your objective? What are you all trying to do?
Food.
What'd you say?
Find food.
I'm just following along. I don't know who these villagers are. This is ULAGO's familiarity.
Oddly.
Hmm?
For a long time.
Well, you knew the children didn't want to eat any flesh, so you probably know more than I do.
True.
You can see that this town, while on the smaller size for a galactic scale, it is, pretty substantial when it comes to getting around, right? You can't just like walk through it real quick. There are several rows of houses, and you can see that there isn't really a marketplace, but outside of many of the houses windows are open and little stalls are set up. And inside, each of these families is like cooking something, possibly like their special dish of that house. One house has different vegetables for sale. You can see that there's a butcher, but it looks like it's just, part of a house that exists rather than a big open market space. And many of these places just look like families at home making food or clothes or whatever.
ULAGO turns to Dion and hands her like an 1,000 credit chip. He's just like, get anything that looks good. And just, heads to the nearest window to browse.
Yeah, what are you looking like? What are you browsing through? What are you looking at?
Like stews, like salted meats.
Yeah. You end up at one, and it looks surprisingly like a space ramen shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And an old lady comes over to you, and she like shows you a big pot and like stirs it, and is like, PR3, what are you up to?
I'm gonna follow Dio.
Okay, Dio, what is your plan?
I'm going to get the most cost-effective food possible. That it's fulfilling. We can get multiple of it, so we can bring it back on the ship, and it'll last. And yeah, I'm not gonna get something lavish. It might not taste the best, but it'll get the job done.
Did you ask around about this? Where to find the most cost-effective food? The best?
Wouldn't I know this?
Where
you don't know.
Where can I find the cheapest, shittest food?
Yeah, you don't know anything about what they have here.
It's like having canned food instead, because it'll last longer, type thing. Because we have like
you
all
want
the
rations
children
is what you
ate our
want.
food. Yeah, all the children ate our food when we had them on our ship.
You didn't want anything from the stirring pot lady. She gave the nod. That means it's quality.
Want some? I'll go get you some.
I don't eat food.
Jesse,
I don't want your comment.
killed me. Bugman killed me.
I've killed him.
The Emperor is dead.
You killed me.
And I win.
Oh, I choked on that laugh. Oh. Yeah, I mean, are you just gonna ask around, or are you just like, how are you just gonna find this stuff? There is no centralized market.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to someone and ask. I'm gonna go to someone that looks a little more poor.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can see that there are different, I don't want to say castes, but there's
Zentai.
there are many there are people in more fine looking, I'll say more new clothing, and some that look like they're definitely in hand-me-downs. It doesn't fit properly, but it's warm looking, but it's not nearly as new as some of the others are wearing. So you probably want to approach them. Yeah. Okay. You walk up to one of them, and they are kind of like in a very small, almost unkept house, and they are selling little like metal trinkets. And it looks to you, having looked over them, that it's really just like parts of a blaster, like shrapnel from a grenade, like things that seem kind of out of place here, but also like if you're going to sell junk and you didn't know what the junk was, this is the kind of junk you would sell. And they look at you and they're like, yes, miss, can I interest you in something?
I have to think of how to without being a dick. Okay, explain to me where I can get some food.
Food? Oh, yes. Well, we have amazing yakback soup, And there's some incredible buckwheat noodle that you could purchase as well, and you can mix. And if you put the two together, there's an old lady at the end of town who does both, ma'am. It's delicious.
I crouch down and I start like looking at the junk that he has, and I'm just like, no. Explain to me where I can get like rations, something that'll last, because I travel.
Well, we don't have rations here, but if you're looking to travel with food, we do have. And he points to a stall, and it is a butcher, but you can see the cuts of meat aren't like. They're the least meat-looking cuts of meat you've ever seen. He's like, we do have narwhal fat.
Watch out, Dio. He didn't do the nod. It can't be that good.
It's not that good, but it will last for some time, and it's nutritious.
At least he's honest.
I eat it 3 times a week myself. Gives me the vitamins I need.
That's it? That's all you eat?
Well, I mean, I eat 4 days a week, and that's pretty good. 3 out of 4. The 4th day, I save up for those buckwheat noodles.
This place sucks. Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Come back if you need some trinkets.
Yeah, I'll do that. I just walk away.
I would like some trinkets.
Yes, Sir Droid. What trinkets may I give you?
I was being sarcastic. Good day.
Oh. Okay.
Not even sarcasm. Bleeding.
All right then. And he like closes up his shop. You can hear sobbing behind the window.
I hear the experience.
It's so
I
dark.
walk back and I give him some actually he can't break up. I have like a whole credit chip, don't I? Wait, do I have credits on me? Hold on.
You do have credits, of course you do.
Okay, I'm gonna give him some credits.
He looks
100.
at you.
I don't know, for nothing.
He looks at you. He's like, "Thank you, ma'am. I promise. I won't spend it on spice."
And I look at him and I say, "Stop crying," and I walk away.
Yeah, and he's like, "But these are tears of joy." And he closes the window again, and you can hear crying behind the window again.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the noodle lady instead.
Sure.
How much it costs?
Yeah, the noodle lady looks at you, and it's an older woman, and she's sort of taken aback. She backs away from the counter, and she's like, "You're one of them."
Turn around to PR3, and I'm like, no, he's with us. It's fine.
You. And she points directly at your face.
I'm
I'm
one of
uncertain who she's referring to.
Yeah, me too. I'm not one of anybody.
Oh, you young lady. You have the face of them. I'd recognize you anywhere. They
Face of
killed
who?
my husband.
I didn't.
Why did you kill her husband, Dio? That's horrible.
Kill her husband. I
Are
don't
you
know. I've
positive?
never been here. I've
Look
never
at
been.
your face. You look just like them.
Who do
Her
I look?
evidence is pretty damning.
I think PR3. I swear to God, you better stop it. You better. Turn back around to her. I didn't. I have never been here, lady. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you have. And she looks you dead in the eyes and says, "Mandalorian."
I don't know what you're talking about. I just want some soup, lady.
As she says that, you can hear other people nearby be like, "Mandalorian." And they all begin to look at you, Dio.
Yeah, I should have went to the fat trader.
Do I know a whole bunch of stuff about Mandalorians?
Give me a check. Let's see. Let's see if you do. What do you know about Mandalorians?
Wouldn't I know that they always wear helmets?
Here's the thing. That is only on the Mandalorian show.
Is
and
it really?
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of Mandalorians would wear helmets to conceal their identity, but they didn't have to always wear helmets. Like Shea Vizsla and whatnot did not.
Doesn't sound like they were true Mandalorians then at that point.
The Mandalorians in the Mandalorian show are like zealots.
Yeah, but not.
I think the word you meant was cooler than other Mandalorians.
You're right, Doe. You're right, Doe.
Bounty hunter, it's smarter to always wear a helmet, especially when people are hunting you. But yeah.
If I was killing old ladies' husbands, I'd definitely wear a helmet.
I didn't kill anybody's husband.
Well, I didn't say you did.
I think.
He didn't point the finger. It's just...
Yeah, she is scolding you in public, and she starts taking her noodles and throwing them at you, Dio. Be gone! Be gone! Killer! Killer!
You know what? I'm not. She's already causing.
Noodles hit you and slop down.
Damn! Is this the lady who did the nod?
No, this is
completely
Lady did the
different
nods,
lady?
the soup lady.
Oh,
ULAGO
okay.
and the soup lady are having a great conversation, probably.
I'm sure.
I
Would
wanted.
ULAGO be able to speak some of their tongue, their native tongue?
They speak basic. They speak common.
See, I think I
Okay.
need to do a roll if I can keep my cool in this situation.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Would you
Well, how
like
are you
me
trying
to
to
do
keep
that?
your cool? What are you doing?
Wait, before you do that,
Would you like me to do the deal for the food here? I didn't kill her husband.
Yeah, maybe you should do that. I didn't kill her husband though.
As you say that, she's like, "You burnt down the village, our village," and you can hear people around the town talking about a village. And from what you can understand of them talking over each other, it sounds like it's nearby, or
Can
it
I-
was nearby.
Can I do a roll to see if I know kind of maybe what she's talking about?
Yes, this is going to be a hard roll, by the way.
Fox. But how hard?
Very hard. Because you don't know anything about this world. This is the first time we've ever been here. So I'm gonna let you roll for it. This is a hard roll.
Heard it through the grapevine.
You could have. It's still a hard roll. This is a backwater. This is a backwater ass planet.
I use a light side. Hoping.
I will upgrade you. Upgrade
Hoping.
you.
What would it be?
This would be a. This would
Knowledge
be
of some
a.
sort?
What now?
It would be knowledge of some sort.
Yes.
So either lore or core worlds or something.
It's not core worlds for sure. You're in the outer rim, so it'd be lore. It would. This is a lore roll of some sort. Yeah, because this is like the story
I
of.
don't know.
No, you have not a clue what she is talking about.
Hard roll.
I told you it'd be hard.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about at all. I think even like she would be able to see that. Like I'm just really confused. Like I have no idea what you're talking about. And maybe the other people, if they were trying to look, I'd just be like, listen, lady, I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy.
It's sort of like an out of control situation now where she's like really upset that you're here and everyone around you is sort of gossiping about this stranger in their town who is definitely a Mandalorian. They're like, this is a Mandalorian in our town.
mm-hmm.
I'm
That
here
old lady must have the best reputation ever.
for a good
She's one of the
reputation.
elders.
Wow.
She makes those buckwheat noodles. That guy gets them every fourth time he eats.
My
Every
hood up.
fourth time.
Walk away.
Yeah,
I
you
just-
walk away and you can see them like pointing at you, but you can also see them pointing in another direction. And I'll let you roll to see if you can kind of figure out what they're talking about.
Perception.
Yeah. Yeah, they're clearly talking about another village in the direction they're pointing that was burnt to the ground by you.
I didn't burn. I don't have a flamethrower.
No.
Three.
Meanwhile, PR3, you're still standing there as the woman's like, "Get out of here!" Still throwing noodles like as far as her old arms can throw, and they're not even remotely hitting Dio now. But she's
Mhm.
just still trying, and the crowd is gathered around, and they're like, "Boo! Boo!"
Well, I suppose I'll go now.
Dio, what do you do?
I don't know if PR3's following me or not, but
Sure.
I'm gonna start walking in that direction.
Okay.
Would I hear this commotion?
You do hear a commotion, but you don't hear exactly what it's about. Like it's like I said, it's it's an average-ish sized town, so you're on
Yeah.
the other end.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking in the direction.
Unless Dio comlinked Ulago, he wouldn't clock on. I don't think.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything while I'm in town because everyone's staring at me right now. I'm
They
just
are.
gonna keep
Code
walking.
red. Everyone's townfolk trying to kill me.
So Ulago, people are throwing noodles at me. I think I gotta leave.
Would you rope someone?
No, I'm getting accused of burning.
She
I can't
killed an
say.
old woman's husband, apparently.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, and someone like looks at me. No, I didn't. I didn't.
We can travel together if you want.
Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm just gonna pick a direction. Go west. I'm just
All right.
picking a direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's the direction they all pointed.
I'm gonna
right,
say
yeah.
west.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Ulago's got like a bundle of cured meats and some vegetables and stuff, and he thanks the second house, and he just heads in the direction that he was told.
you eventually meet up with Dio and PR3 outside of town, and you can see that there are sort of wagon posts leading down what probably was a road at one point. And in the distance, you can make out something in the snow. It's sort of dark and it's really hard to make out, but it's a ways away.
I'm like pulling noodles off my armor still. Just like, oh my god, how many did she throw at me? That's a waste of food.
As you continue on, nightfall begins to descend, and up in the mountains, Oda, it's beginning to get dark, and you're sitting there alone with a fire.
Go home now. So I start to put some snow on the fire, put it
Okay.
out, and then I'm going to try to find my way back based on my observation when Ulago led me up here.
Yeah, as you put the fire out and darkness sort of engulfs the side of the mountain that you're on, you can feel a glow and an aura kind of like reflecting off the snow in front of you from behind.
Turn around.
On the edge of the cliff, facing out over the edge, is the ghostly visage of a young woman.
I think it's supposed to say hi to.
I walk up and kind of look out where she's looking. Kind of awkwardly like, hello,
Hello.
I'm Oda.
Wonderful to meet you, Oda.
And may I know your name?
The woman turns and looks at you, and you can see that her face is tattooed very similar to Ulago. And although instead of more like sharp, jagged, spiky tattoos, it is the same style of small triangles done, but in more feminine styles, accenting the cheeks and the sides of the jaw. And there's a little line of tattoos here. And she has longish, sort of like to her neck hair. And is wearing the armor of a Jedi Knight. And she smiles at you and says, "My name is Suhao."
Ulago's wife. He told me to tell you hi.
She smiles in a way that is both disarming and very like heartwarming.
I like kind of opened the bundle and I said, "Was this yours?"
At one point it was, yes.
What happened?
Let me show you. And she touches your forehead, and you see a younger looking, more I don't want to say alive, but less world beaten Ulago going out of the home that you have visited, waving goodbye and heading into the woods towards what you can see in the distance is a small town. And at home in the house, Suhao is making dinner for them. And the door opens, and standing in the doorway is a dark figure, and a red blade ignites. And you see the flashes of a fight happening, and you notice that during this fight, of course, the top of the doorway is slashed, and they begin to duel outside, her with her lightsaber and this dark figure with his. And at a certain point, his lightsaber becomes a double-bladed one and begins to spin, very similarly to one that you've seen before by Sith Inquisitor. And the two of them duel to a point where he stabs her as she stabs him, and the two collapse into the snow, blood sort of like filling the white space behind her as she lays there. And from out of the woods comes an Ulago carrying a bundle of supplies, and he drops it to the ground and runs to her side. But it is far too late, and that is the last thing you see before you're snapped back to the side of the cliff.
When the camera, so to speak, comes back to Oda, there's just like tears streaming down her face. And she says, "He must have been so devastated."
There was nothing he could do.
Does he know you're here? Can you talk to him?
He's the one who put me here.
How?
He took my body up the mountain and buried me.
And then now you can, she kind of motions to her, you can force be?
I've never done this before.
Really?
Perhaps it's because of you.
I could go get Ulago and you could talk to him, and maybe I could help you stay.
Ulago is nowhere near here, I'm afraid.
Who was that you were fighting?
I don't know. Perhaps he was a brother of mine at one point. Perhaps I never knew him. But he hunted me. And, in the end, we both paid for it.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, but there's nothing to be sorry for.
Isn't there?
You did nothing.
Well, I can still be sorry.
You have a kind heart, Oda.
Thank you.
So, why did my husband ask you to say hello?
I'm sure he misses you.
I miss him too.
He seems to miss you a lot. He
Well,
seems like maybe he's not what he once was without you.
who would be? And she like gives you a wink.
Jedi humor.
Y'all be weird.
Is there anything you'd like me to tell him?
No. But there's something I'd like you to do.
What's that?
She points at the rocks and she's like, can you try and make those look a little better?
I'm very good at that.
And she says to you like, so I've heard.
You talked to Karn.
She again smiles at you and she says, yes, he tells me you're very good at moving rocks.
What is it like? Where do you hang out? I want to know, can I come there?
You will eventually.
Are you sure? I thought it was just something for those who were masters.
Oh no. Everyone is a part of the Force.
Oda seems very excited about that, and she sets about placing the rocks, and she kind of like looks for approval every so often.
Yeah, as you go
changes
to
things.
As you go to touch the rocks and move them, she keeps looking at you kind of like disappointed. And she's like, no, that's not it. No, not like that. What if you used your hands less?
Oh. Well, I could try.
She kind of steps back and closes her eyes and pictures holding the rocks in kind of a beautiful like design in the air and tries
Yeah.
to lift them all up.
Give me a roll. Give me a force roll. Let's see if you can do this.
Pray for me.
Is it
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the light side of the Force, you begin to move these rocks around, and they spin into a beautiful pattern and are placed down once more in a way that almost seems to defy gravity.
Cool.
And they form this beautiful pattern on the ground. And she smiles at you approvingly. And she's like, a wonderful place to start. Tonight, you should sleep here.
Very cold.
Well, you did have a fire.
Well, all right. She gets some more sticks, dusts the snow off of the old fire, sets some kindling ablaze again, blows on it, makes a bigger fire.
Yeah. And Suhal sits down across from you and says, good. Tomorrow, we'll set about to throwing those rocks. And we
You're
cut
going
back.
to train me?
I don't know. We cut back to DAEYO, ULAGO, and PR3, who are finally approaching what appears to be the ruined, burnt down husk of another smaller town. You can see that at this point, it has been a while. Snow-covered mounds are in the place of where many houses probably were, and it looks dilapidated. It looks like some time ago, this was burnt to the ground. You can see the charred, now frozen remains of buildings.
Someone really did a number on this town.
How long ago was this?
You can try to check, like you can try to perceive how long ago you think this town was burnt
Well,
down.
I'm just trying to figure out if there was a town here the last time ULAGO was here, or if it was
no,
already...
there was no town here when you were here.
So it's a new town that has since been.
I'm sorry. These ruins were here when you lived here, is what I mean.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's all I want to know.
Yeah, so it's at least older than 10 years for sure.
Well, they would have cleaned it up after 10 years.
10 years. That's how long it's been.
Longer than that. That's just the last time I was here.
There's no way I was a part of it.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, apparently Mandalorians did it. Why would they be here though?
Would I know?
It's possible you
roll?
would know. You might have heard the stories from
I might have heard the stories from the locals.
yeah, over the past years. Give me a roll.
Knowledge Outrim?
Yes. No, you don't know what this was. You don't know how this works. But you do know that something happened here. Like, you remember the locals talking about it, but you don't remember the actually what they said.
All I know is they steer clear of this place.
Pierre, do you know anything?
Do I know anything? I don't think I
This
know
would be a
anything
hard
about
roll for you. This was not an
obscure.
Imperial operation.
Yeah,
This is-
Oh,
We need that on a t-shirt because we say that so often. Do I know anything?
Well, this has been fascinating. Why do we care again?
I mean, I just got accused of burning down a village.
But you
Okay.
didn't, so you can go on your merry way. It seems like there are cobwebs on this incident.
Oh, well. You're right. Why do I care? I'm not a part of them. Yeah. And I think, like, if you do any sort of perceiving, it would be one of those, like, clearly she is affected. Like, I am affected by this. This is not easy. And, like, I would want to know what happened. Especially if it seems like no one seems to know that's
Do you want
among
to
us.
investigate?
Yeah, I guess I would walk in.
Okay.
See if I find. Yes. Are there any remains of bodies wearing armor that might happen to, like, I would check inside buildings.
All right, give me a roll. Let's see. Let's see if you.
Perception or is there investigation? No,
I don't think there's investigation. No.
there is in D&D. Nope, I failed.
No, you begin to look through and you actively search through these buildings, but there's so much snow and time and weather. You do see bodies. Like there are frozen corpses there, but they don't have armor. They're all just nude.
Okay, can I
You
look
see-
for somewhere that might be like a grave? Like a mass grave. Or maybe
you
they
can
tried to,
definitely
like,
you can look for graves, but
no, I mean, like, where they
ULAGO
just,
might
like,
know something about how they bury the dead here.
oh. Well, I have a okay.
Yeah, like there is you do not find any armor, and you do not find anyone that looks like the near humans that live here. However, you do find many corpses, and they appear to be completely naked. But they're like the shriveled, icy corpses.
What about okay. What about marks? Like
Let me,
mark
let
the
me make a
weapon.
roll to see if I know why they're naked.
Sure.
Because it was a party village.
Is this just going to be a standard outer rim again?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean,
Or would
you
it be
can,
a,
you can,
I guess, law?
yeah. You can't figure out why they're naked. It doesn't make any sense to you. I will say, you know that the people of this world take care of their dead. So it probably means they aren't their dead.
Yeah, Ulago will say, these are probably Mandalorians. They wouldn't leave their dead out like this.
I'm self-absorbed, so I got nothing on this.
I would start to like look over the bodies very closely then. I mean, they
All
don't
right.
have armor, but do they have like any sort of like tag or insignia nearby or anything? Because you know how like,
Sure.
in the military you have like dog tags and whatnot, and if they don't care about that, why would they take them? Like that sort of thing.
Yeah, give me a perception check on this. Or tell your compatriots what you're doing, and maybe they can help you as well.
I think I would tell obviously Ulago, where I'm like, well, if these aren't them, if these are Mandalorians, then it's got to be something we can recognize them by, and that's when I would start searching the bodies.
Is there a Mandalorian thing I can recognize them by? He kind of inspects the corpse.
I look back and I'm like, yeah, their armor.
PR3, do you want to roll for this too?
Sure.
Well, they're naked.
I'm casually observing. I'll roll.
Cool. Yeah, all of you give me a roll, please.
I negated everything. I am not rolling well.
Okay, so you don't see anything. Ulago, you don't see anything, but PR3, you detect underneath one of the bodies, deep within the snow, a small metal disc. And it rings to you as being made of Beskar steel.
What do I know about Beskar steel?
Well, you
Is
know,
that
it's
unusual for this.
incredibly well. It's not unusual for like Mandalorians to be around.
The Imperials would know about Beskar as well.
For sure. Like it is just a known commodity of metal.
Okay. So it's a disc of Beskar steel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I point out the disc of Beskar steel.
Yeah, you're gonna try and get to that.
I'm not gonna try and get to that.
Oh, I would have
dial within.
Oh, is it buried?
It's underneath the body, like impacted in the snow.
I would go for it and I would grab it.
Yeah. You reach in under the body and you pull out a small disc, and you notice immediately that it is the sigil of one of the major factions in the history and lore of Mandalore. You recognize it to be that of the Death Watch.
A really beat up pterodactyl.
Death Watch are a bunch of bad dudes, and you know that the last time that they were at their height was during their time against the New Republic, and they plagued the Outer Rim, but they have been underground. And the last time you heard of Death Watch, the last time it was mentioned to you, was by your good friend Dash Barand when you were back on Nar Shaddaa, and he told you that Death Watch was among those groups that had allied together to form a new mysterious one led by someone of great importance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I relay this information without repeating it all.
Gotcha.
I want to hear it in character, Dio. Let's go.
Yeah, this is the sigil of Death Watch. They're not good.
That's
Jesse,
good.
do I need to roll to see if I dealt with these people?
You personally have never dealt with Death Watch. If
Okay.
you had, you'd be dead.
That's hence the name Death Watch.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Okay. Okay. And I just would relay the rest, like about my friend back on Nar Shaddaa and how like they allied and how it could be bad.
Yeah. In the conversations that I'm sure you've had, with people over the years, or just way out of character, like when Bikeman's like, "So wait, do they wear masks?"
Mhm.
Death Watch are those dudes who are like, "Wear your damn mask."
Zealots.
Alright.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
You said this isn't a mission that they were on for this wasn't a mission that they were on for the Empire, so
This happened literally. This whatever happened here happened at least before 10 years ago. So we're talking. There isn't even really a major galactic empire. This happened before Lago left, or before Lago got here, and you kind of remember that Olago fled when the clones went batshit crazy. So this is, this happened before that.
wait, but the Mandalorians have been working with the quote Empire or the bad side for a long time.
Sure.
Up until recently. So this is like not at all tied with them. The dark side.
This is, you don't know. No, I mean, like,
I just don't know.
Yeah. I can't tell you that information.
They were
Just
here wiping out a village. So now I think I would look at a log and I'm like, why were they here? Of all places, why were they here in this village? You said it was, before you. I'm assuming that means it was before you and your,
Look,
wife.
When I fled here, I picked a random planet in the Outer Rim.
You picked one where these people, and I hold up the thing, and I'm like, these people are here. And if these people are here, it's not a good sign.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think a lot of people have been here.
They probably came here for the soup. You saw the nod.
I mean, who was your contact? You could ask about it.
Yeah, I guess I could ask about it, couldn't I? I don't have the comms though, the one that can dial far, right?
It's on
Just
the
have it with
ship,
you at
I
all
believe.
times. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, we have it with us?
All right.
Oh, okay.
You
If
can
we
go
have it
back
with
to
us,
the
we have
ship
it with
if you
us.
want.
I think I would say like, yeah, we should start walking back. We gotta find Oda, but I can contact them while we walk back.
Sure. As you walk back, I'd like all three of you to roll me a perception check, please.
Sounds good.
Nope. Hard no.
Wow.
Nope. Damn.
My dice didn't even show up.
All right.
Look at this
I know
guy.
all.
He's looking out for soup.
As you begin to, man, you know what? I'm just gonna DM you really quick.
Okay.
As you, because you know how this stuff be sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you decide what you tell people. Boy, that is not how you type. I'll let you decide what you tell.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
okay, and you have a triumph, so you can use that however you want after.
Okay.
I sense a fellow Imperial droid observing us.
Where?
Near.
Can you track it?
Can I track it?
No, you just recognize its signature nearby.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the pings in your cortex.
Detecting signature.
I look at a log and I'm like, well, you're the hunter.
I am. Can I see anything?
No,
Around
it
us?
is night. Night is descending, and all you can see is in the distance the lights of the village.
Maybe the triumph could be that he gives off a little light signal on accident.
Yeah.
Well, what is
little
your
red
triumph,
blinking.
PR3?
He does a little red blink.
Yeah, give me a little red blink. Or
Yeah,
or the signal gets stronger in a certain direction.
Well, you tell me. What is it? What do you want to happen?
Is it near enough to be visible if it blinks?
It is not near enough to be visible,
Uh-huh.
but it is on planet that you recognize its
planet.
entry to the planet, and you know that it is looking for something.
Uh-huh. I am able to sense general distance and direction based on the milliseconds it takes for the beeps to hit me.
Great. Yeah. You recognize that it is, as far as you can tell, within a 2 days range of you.
Wow, while way. All right. 2 days range. Do I have a north, south, east, west coordinate?
It is to
Direction
the
bearing?
southeast.
Southeast, 2 days from here.
You
On
recognize
foot.
that to be 2 days as in scanning time, as in
Oh.
it'll thoroughly scan hunting. It is clearly going to be searching thoroughly, and it will take 2 days to get here thoroughly.
Ah, okay.
It will arrive here in 2 days.
Do you know what kind it is?
We'll be long gone by then.
Is it a scout? I mean, they could be here looking for us.
Is it one of the floaty ones, do I know, or is it just...
It is! It is one of
Yeah.
the floaty ones.
Yeah.
It is a floating scout droid.
Well, that's not good. It'll... If it's detected you, it might already have told where we are.
Could it detect me back? I think it would. I don't know. It's putting out pings, sending information to the whoever's.
Yeah, it's
searching.
putting out. You've detected the pings, but it's
Yeah,
not
I don't think
until
that
it
I
like
ping.
until it detects you. You're fine. That it's
Yeah.
part of your triumph. You're good.
All right. Cool. Woohoo! Triumph benefits.
We are as yet undetected.
We should get back to Oda because they're going to come here looking for her. And I'll turn back to PR3. They're definitely looking for you.
Likely.
Yeah, well, considering you can blow up half a planet, I'd say very likely. And they'll probably use you to do just that. So
I think they're looking for me because I'm so valuable.
you're more valuable with us. Let's go. Let's start walking.
Compliance.
The group of you begin to head back towards the outskirts of the village, careful not to return to actual village proper. And nightfall completely envelops the forest and you, and we see up on top of the mountain a tired, sleeping Oda as a fire keeps her warm, and overlooking a cliff, watching Ulago, DAEYO, and PR3 enter the small hut under the tree is a blue wisp of a woman staring down at them. And that is where we will end for today.
Ooh, good one. Good end.
All right.
Good.
And like right on
Scratching my
time
leg.
too.
tried.
Masterful.
Wow.
I was like, oh, 8:05. I got to get in on this. So
Nice.
let's go around this screen and find out what y'all are up to. What's going on? Sam, what are you up to this week? What's happening with you, dude?
Dude, I think I'm just gonna be jamming on that Marvel Avengers. Comes out officially tomorrow, and then on the 7th, I'm gonna be playing some Necromunda because that
Yo,
drops
that
as
looks
well.
so neat. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my plan for the week.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Anna, what kind of shenaniganry are you up to?
Well, in the world of role playing, I play every Tuesday on the D&D channel in Knights of Evening Star, where I'm a wildfire druid, which is really fun, Unearthed Arcana. So if you want to check that out, do. And also, it was announced that PAX Online is going to feature an Acquisitions Incorporated game where I play Evelyn, my original paladin character. And I'm also going to be in a panel or two that day as well. So if you watch PAX Online on the 18th, I think you can catch me there. And someday, hopefully, I'll stream again too. I don't know. I'll let you know.
One day we'll be around. Well, it'll happen. Mike, what are you doing?
I'm addicted to Crusader Kings 3 at the moment. It's pretty great.
Woo!
My last ruler went crazy and thought he was a horse, and I got a trait. The trait was you are a horse. It was great. And I got all kinds of special decisions when events came up for crazy people. It was awesome.
I discovered that game lets you do too much.
Yeah.
Like it gives you too many options.
Mm-hmm.
The minute I realized I was in over my head is when it was like, all right, well, for your fourth wife, we suggest it be this child. And I was like, I don't think I can play this game. I don't think, and it's like, no, it's canonically to the world at the time. This has been fine. I'm like, I'm feeling weird.
Yeah.
And the game was just like, no, it's your sister and you will marry her and it'll be fine. And I'm like, okay.
Don't get me started, because last time we played multiplayer, Gassy Mexican sent me one of his daughters to marry, and then I found out that she was incestuous and that his whole family was sleeping together, and I was just like, what? You sent me damaged goods, man. I gotta unravel the mental that you've done.
The game is it's so surprising the ways that the game you're just like, I know how messed up this is, but like for the treaty and our nations, I feel like I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to marry my third cousin? Like, you're like, all right, let's do
for
it.
The best.
Yeah, it's for the kingdom.
I can talk about that game all night, but we're taking too much time.
It's wild. All right. And Pocket, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Happy
how are you
birthday,
doing?
Pocket!
Happy
Putting up
birthday!
Crusader Kings now. Because I was
You
like,
really,
you can
holy
do
crap.
what?
It is, it's an event. It's certainly a game that you have to play. It's wild.
Yeah, it's not a game you win or lose. It's one you just watch pan out.
I've been
You're
playing
absolutely right.
Skyrim again. And, it seems like even though I've played this game before and I've played through the start so many times, but I still play it. And I'm just like, this didn't happen last time. What is happening right now? And it's been chaos and I love it.
Ooh.
So I've been playing through Skyrim again, heavily modded, over 100 mods modded.
No, wow.
And I did that for 7 hours today on my stream. So it was a fun birthday. So thank you, everybody.
I'm not sure what day it was, but I tuned in to see Pocket fall off a cliff several times, attempting to run through a town because guards were trying to kill her. And I'm not exactly what you're doing, but it was hilarious.
I was in Whiterun and the guards were trying to get me for a bounty. And I was like, you're not going to get me. And then I kept trying to jump into the water, but the water was like 1 foot deep. So I kept jumping into I just kept dying.
It was great. Yeah, I tuned in to you dying and raging, and it was like, that's the good content.
And then today, guards wouldn't talk to me, or quest givers wouldn't talk to me. And I was like, why won't you talk to me? And then I figured out I was in full Brotherhood gear, and it concealed my identity. So they were like, I don't know you. I'm not going to talk to you. And I was like, oh.
There's your problem.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for us. If you are like, boy, I want to see Jesse be a giant dickhole, tune in to the Sunfall Cycle every Wednesday at 10 a.m. It is a show where I play a total piece of shit, and it's great. And then later that day, you can watch the show where I am also another piece of shit in a video game. Turns out in every RPG I play roughly the same character, like an old sleazebag, and it is the best kind of role playing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try and get as close as JP wanted me to get before. And yeah, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 like a crazy person. I love that game. It is somehow only getting better, which is like, I don't get it. I'm playing the Control DLC. That shit is like, oh, here's a horror game now, which is tons of fun. And yeah, Crusader Kings 3, I've been playing it on my own because I wanted to see if it was worth streaming.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm good enough to sit through people in chat telling me how bad I am, but playing it on my own, game's wild. That game is, it's a lot of things to click. But if you ignore all that, it's like, all right, who should I marry? Well, this person's kind of only slightly related to me, so she's the one. Yeah, it's a real treat.
How about
Just
the
a
straight up
real treat.
nudists in the Middle East? Have you seen
It's
that?
so good. Yes,
Like we're just a naked kingdom, no clothes.
It's a wild game. All right. Well, that is it for us. We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze! We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze! Not enough time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze!
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC! What are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
Yeah, now sing music.
Bring the strippers and booze! I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. You